Hey everybody, welcome back to Training Battles. Happy Friday. So-called the best day of the week at my work because I don't work weekends. So, anyways, so we're gonna continue on with this team and doing pretty well. Last battle was really interesting. That was quite the team. Just some of the mainly the Raikou set, Ghostium. Um, Yeah, I was thinking about it too afterwards, but it was just crazy. I could have I just really wanted in hindsight final gambit that Raikou because it also could have had some like roar that I overlooked, which would have been more likely. But yeah, but that's one of the reasons we play on ladder is just to kind of learn as well as improve. But as we kind of learn things and experience stuff like that, I think we get better at trying to play accordingly to something like that. So, anyways, so let's hop right into our first battle today. Also, I should let you guys know that Matt, he is going to be at St. Louis Regionals this weekend. So if you watch our channel and you're at St. Louis Regionals, say hi to him. He's just a super nice guy, really chill, really fun to talk to. So yeah, if you're at St. Louis, if you're at St. Louis Regionals, say hi to him. And so we find our first opponent, Springs VGC from South Korea, rating is 1662. He has Mega Gengar, Scrafty, Heatran, Tapu Bulu, Snorlax, and Gothitelle. I guess he has like a semi-Perish Trap mode with the Gengar, Gengar with Perish Song and Shadow Tag, and then Gothitelle has Shadow Tag. Oops. So, but he also has his own Trick Room mode, and we did face a Gothitelle Snorlax yesterday in our first game, in which they led Gothitelle Snorlax. So, and he does have Fake Out with Scrafty, which leads me to want to lead Mimikyu. If I go Mimikyu, Staraptor, and then the question is if I want Reuniclus or no. We'll definitely bring Camerupt. Bulu, I don't think Bulu does too much. It does have like the superpower and the Wood Hammer, which hits a lot of things outside of the like the other Bulu. But I kind of want to bring either Reuniclus or Stakataka. I'm leaning towards Reuniclus because I kind of want I like the idea of having another Trick Room setter. Yeah, this one's tough. I might bring Stakataka because I haven't been bringing it too much, and it can hit. There's a lot of things it can hit for quite a bit of damage with this Gyro Ball. But yeah, I haven't really been bringing Stakataka much, and I found out that apparently Mitchell, when he was using this team, he rarely brought Stakataka, so it was like he was using a 5 Pokemon team, and I kind of noticed me trending that way as well. So I think I'm going to try bringing Stakataka this time around, just because we haven't been using it much and see what he can do. So yeah, he does leave the Scrafty, which is great because he shouldn't be able to stop Trick Room. However, both these Pokemon do have access to Taunt. Scrafty is more likely to have Taunt, so he probably just wants to fake out the Staraptor here, and then I'll probably set up Trick Room. I'll bring in. Question if I want to bring in Camerupt. It wouldn't be a bad bring, except. Yeah, no, I feel pretty okay with that. I could also go right for a Play Rough, but I think getting up Trick Room is more important, even though Snorlax is likely to switch in. I guess that would be problematic. Let's do that. No, we'll set up Trick Room. We want Trick Room up. I'm actually going to switch out into Camerupt. Let's see how this goes. So, because he probably wants to fake out the Staraptor, and I'm not going to let him do that, because I don't want to have Staraptor stuck in for a turn here. And then hopefully he's not like Taunt Scrafty. Okay, yeah, there's the fake out into Camerupt. And Heat Wave, yeah, to break my... So Camera Up shouldn't take too much. He breaks my Disguise. So... And then we'll set up Trick Room. I wonder if he wants to bring in the Snorlax. So I don't really want Camera Up to take a ton of damage here from the Scrafty, which is very... I feel is very likely. So I'm just gonna go for the Play Rough. -1 Play Rough I would think takes out Scrafty. Because it is 4 times effective. And I'm gonna protect Camera Out. Alright. Because I would expect Heatran. He's actually switching Scrafty out into Gothitelle. And then I would expect him to protect the... Oh, he's double switching, so this should be Snorlax. So that was a wasted protect, unfortunately. Not the worst thing in the world. Mimikyu can switch out, which is really fortunate. So the double switch is... that is a good play for him. And he does trap in Camera Up. I definitely wish I had Earth Powered, but I didn't want to risk Camera Up taking a bunch of damage. So now we face the real issues here. I could opt to reverse Trick Room, which is really tempting, but at the same time, I don't know if I really want to do that. Sucks here is Mimikyu's at -1. Swords Dancing wouldn't be a terrible... I kind of want to keep Mimikyu around too. So what we'll do, I'm going to switch into Stakataka. I'm going to Earth Power. Yeah, I'm going to Earth Power the Snorlax just to get off as much damage as I can. This could obviously, Gothitelle could have an ally switch. He actually switches it out into the Scrafty, and that's okay. It's like, I mean, Mimikyu was able to switch out anyways because it is a Ghost type. And that's why I'm glad I switched out, because he's trying to intimidate me there, and then he's gonna want to go for a fake out. But yeah, he probably belly drum, so I want to get off as much damage as I can. That's just why I opt for Earth Power. Heat Wave would have been nice. The bad part here is, yeah, because I switched in Stakataka. Oh, he just goes straight for the high horsepower. We should take that. Yeah, barely. Okay. Scrafty can obviously hit this Stakataka for a lot of damage. How many charms of Trick Room do we have? 2. So Stakataka is not in the most ideal spot at the moment. So how do I want to capitalize? I could just, because I could switch it out, but he also just go for a high horsepower into it. I'm running out of time too. I'm gonna protect. No. I'm gonna switch protect. I'm gonna Rock Slide. Protect. Whoops. I think I'm okay with losing Stakataka if I have to. Yeah. So he fakes out the Stakataka, and then does he go for a high horsepower? He does. Into Camera Up. Okay, that's fine. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna Rock Slide again. Just I want this chip damage and the flinch chance is good. I'm gonna switch out into Staraptor. Ideally, he just doesn't do any damage to Raptor, and then I have. Oh, you know, I shouldn't have Rock Slide against this Snorlax because I haven't Final Gambit range. Now I think about it, I should have Gyro Balled Scrafty for damage. He switches it out. Okay, that's fine. Because I can Final Gambit the Gothitelle as well. So he's probably just going for a fighting move. Which, depending on how this Scrafty is... Oh no, he goes for knockoff into Story. We lose our Choice Scarf, but I'm okay with that. I think here, I want to... 134... Scrafty hits 180 something. Scrafty can probably take a Final Gambit. What I don't know is if it can take a Brave Bird. And do I want to set up Trick Room? That's another thing. I think what I might do is protect and Brave Bird Scrafty. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that play. And he goes for Helping Hand. Yeah, I don't want to set up Trick Room yet because I want to be able to capitalize off my Staraptor being faster. And even my Mimikyu. My Mimikyu is going to outspeed everything probably but the Heatran. So yeah, that takes him out. So that's really nice. We get rid of Scrafty. That was a big nuisance. The recoil's not fun, but the Gothitelle, because it revealed Helping Hand. And I can U-turn out here. So the Protect wasn't completely necessary, but I wasn't sure if Brave Bird would knock out, so I wanted to play it safe there. I was also kind of hoping he might like try and go for his own Trick Room maybe, but... So yeah, here comes Snorlax. Alright. I think what I want to U-turn in Trick Room. I think U-turn can take out this. Sakataka with its high defense, not gonna live that. So he's just really going for this play here. So we'll U-turn out, but we'll get rid of Gothitelle, but we'll have Staraptor in the back with close combat for the Heatran later. So if I can chip the Heatran, we might be able to pull this out against Snorlax. He's definitely gonna high horsepower into the Sakataka. I'm gonna go into Mimikyu. Yeah, I'm going to Mimikyu. And it might outspeed the Heatran depending on how the Heatran's invested. I want to preserve camera up in case I do get Trick Room up later. So this should knock out my Sakataka, but I'm okay giving that up right now. And now I do have my full HP Mimikyu. So Heatran's gonna come in, and so is what do I want to bring in though? I'm leaning towards Staraptor. Yeah, cause I'll go Staraptor. Oh, we had a disconnect. Whose end is this on? I really hope this is. Oh, it's on my opponent. So my opponent disconnected there, which means we'll get the win. Yeah, trying to think how that would go. I'd bring in Staraptor. I think what I would... you know, that's really tough, because that Snorlax was going to be hard to bring down at that point. Yeah, so let's find our next battle. Yeah, that was going to come down to a wire, but I would have had close combat to be able to deal with the... Shoot, what is... Oh, the Heatran? It probably wouldn't KO. And we don't know how fast Heatran is. Mimikyu could have potentially outsped it. And then, so if I like double the Heatran, I take it out. But then Snorlax KOs something, possibly, or sets up a Billy Drum. So that definitely would have been... That could have been tough, for sure. But, yeah. Anyway, so we find our next opponent. I didn't catch where he's from. Well, he's probably from Japan, given the name. But he's got the hard rain team here. What is it? The Swampert, Ludicolo, Kingdra, Ferrothorn, Politoed, Pelipper. So he's definitely Trick Room weak. That's usually these Ferrothorns are banded, and they're used to deal with Trick Room. Gosh, the rain really sucks for camera up. But camera up's nice because of the beating the Ferrothorn, but otherwise it's a little trickier. Oh man, I don't even know what to do here. No, he does have Fake Out, which makes me to want to lead Mimikyu. However, Reuniclus can Z Trick Room and Focus Blast the Ferrothorn. I'm gonna lead Staraptor. Whoops! Oh crap! I don't want to run out. So we're gonna lead Staraptor because I do have that Choice Scarf. Staraptor, Reuniclus. Definitely want Bulu. Then I'm leaning towards possibly Mimikyu. Yeah, let's do that. It's so hard to justify camera up here. I mean, he's 4 times weak to water, and all but one of his Pokemon carry water moves. So I'm gonna try this out. This is yeah, I have no idea how this is gonna go. So let's find out. Okay, so he needs Pelipper Ludi. That's fine. Yeah, it makes sense for him to lead the Fake Out, which is unfortunate for my Reuniclus. He kind of, you know, he kind of has to Fake Out Staraptor because the final Gambit can take out either of these Pokemon, and I would just go for the Ludicolo. So if I had, he could switch into Ferrothorn here. So, oh boy, given that, do I go after it? I'm probably gonna Z Trick Room, just get the accuracy boost. I think I'm gonna switch into Mimikyu. Yeah. Cause I feel like you have to Fake Out. I feel like you really have to Fake Out the Staraptor because you don't, because you can like let me set up Trick Room. You can switch Pelipper into the Ferrothorn. Let me set up Trick Room and then have this Staraptor just sitting there in Trick Room, not doing much. No, he just goes for an attack into the Mimikyu. He just scalds. I think Jolly. Oh, he's Life Orb. He goes for Surf. Yeah, I think Jolly Life Orb Staraptor would have outsped the Ludicolo too. Huh. So look at the Z Trigger him because I want. Yeah, just like I said, I want the Focus Blast accuracy for Ferrothorn later. I mean, I guess I could have just gone for Trigger him and then saved, but no. Alright, so what's the bigger threat? Probably the Pelipper, because Pelipper is a big threat to my Bulu. So I think what I'm going to do is double up Pelipper here and go for the KO on it. Because, yeah, I want Pelipper out, because Pelipper's the big threat to my Bulu, or at least one of the threats, and then Ferrothorn's the other, and that's where Focus Blast will come in handy. I would wonder, maybe he switches out. Oh, he actually switches. That's probably Ferrothorn. Yeah, dang. I was hoping he might preserve the Ludi late instead. So, look, I think I went for Shadow Claw. That'll do decent damage to the Ferrothorn as opposed to Play Rough. But now I can Focus Blast, and he may not go after the Reuniclus with his Ferrothorn. Alright, so we lose Mimikyu. Another thing I can do is go into Stakataka. I didn't bring Stakataka. What am I saying? Oh shoot, this is looking tough. Now I can. Stakataka would be nice here. All right, I'm gonna go into Bulu, and we're gonna go for the Focus Blast onto this Ferrothorn right now, and hope he targets Bulu with a Gyro Ball. And we'll protect Bulu here. And then we also have 2 turns of Trick Room after this, so I need this Focus Blast to KO right now. So hopefully all that chip put him in range. Okay, so Bulu protects. I figured he's gonna Gyro Ball or into the Bulu. Perfect. So we hit this Focus Blast. Perfect. I think its accuracy is like midnight. It's like 90 something, and we KO it. Sweet. So now we got 2 turns of Trick Room to take advantage of here, and he goes for Ice Beam. He doubles the Bulu. Perfect. And a Wood Hammer should KO Ludicolo here. Still the Pelipper's a little frightening. So what's he gonna opt for? Yeah, here comes Pelipper back in. Ludicolo might actually have Protect, so I might Rock Slide Psychic Pelipper here. I think Bulu could take a Life Orb Ice Beam. He might even proc the Berry. Because Pelipper may not even have Fake Out if he's Life Orb. So what we'll do... Gosh, would Rock Slide Psychic pick up Pelipper? Yeah, see, I want to Rock Slide in case he doesn't protect Ludicolo, and I have the flinch chance. I can also double Pelipper, but I don't want the recoil. I'm gonna Rock Slide Psychic. He doesn't have Protect, so that's no bueno. This should do a lot. Yeah, and then we hit. Okay, we hit both. This should do a good chunk of damage. All right. I don't think another rock slide would pick up Ludicolo, but I think I'm just gonna opt for the. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam. I think even with Life Orb, I should live this. Yeah, I think does that almost activates my berry, which is unfortunate. But I think the Woodhammer recoil will definitely activate the berry. All right, so now we'll see his last Pokemon. Rain turns are going to be important here. It's Swampert. Okay. This is the last turn of Trick Room. Is this last turn of Rain? It is. So after Trimming Spires, Staraptor can come in and... Actually, I can come in and Final Gambit the Swampert. Psychic should take out Ludicolo if he's not AV, so I'm just going to Woodhammer Swampert and Psychic. Just let me think this through, because if I have two Pokemon, Staraptor can come in and just Final Gambit the Swampert to pick up the KO, because I don't think Swampert has more HP. Psychic should take out Ludicolo, because he's not AV. Reuniclus has a lot of special attack. Yeah, so let's do that, and I'm going to Psychic the Ludicolo. I could see like Swampert probably most likely protects here anyways. Well, we'll see. It would make sense, but like I said, if I keep Reuniclus alive, Staraptor can come in and just clean up with a Final Gambit, most likely. Okay, but he doesn't protect, so this Psychic should KO, and it does, and then Woodhammer should absolutely take out Swampert. It is 4 times effective. So, awesome. So, good game to my opponent. I'm really glad we got to feature the Focus Blast there with Reuniclus, and that's kind of why I wasn't too worried about... Oh, he even live on the recoil. That's why I wasn't too worried about not bringing camera up, because I did have that Focus Blast. And once I did Z-Trick Room, my Focus Blast became... I think it's... What is a third? Because it's times 1.33 at +1. And it's 70, so 70 times a third of 70 is what, 30, or no. It's like, it's 20, it's 20 something, so it bumps it up to over 90 accuracy. So, because a third of 60 is 20, and so it's like 23 or so it bumps up to about 93, so it makes it far more likely to hit, which is really great, and we saw it just took out that Ferrothorn after the chip. So I'm really glad we got to feature that, because that does help with those some of those steel types like that. And then there, see, I'm really surprised he didn't do any protecting with this Swampert, but if he protects Swampert, and then I just KO the Ludicolo there, and then as long as both my Pokemon don't, I'll probably just double attack the Swampert, and as long as both my Pokemon don't get KO'd, I can Final Gambit the Swampert to win. So sweet. Well, that was good. That'll close out the week with this team. I am not sure if I'll use this again in my next week. It just depends if I find another team I want to feature or not. So, and if there's anything you guys have any suggestions or anything you might want to see, I'll look into it. Just let me know in the comments below. And then, of course, always leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't, if you liked what you saw, and share the channel. I just really want to look to help people. And sweet. All right, guys. Take it easy, and we'll see you. Or we'll see you next week, or Matt will see you next week, and see what he brings. So, all right. Have a good day, guys. See ya.